It's Karen Russo. Think of me as your money momentum coach. This is 5 money results for you to track in your life and business. I created this because a lot of people get stuck. I've worked with thousands of people over the last 10 years, thinking that if I want to have a money goal, I'm going to look at how much money do I have in my bank account right now, and then look later and see how much money I have. Now that's helpful, but it's incomplete. So these 5 critical things to track give you a more inspiring and a more integrated way for you to develop momentum, for you to really make progress. So grab your notes and also pause the video along the way if you want to capture something for yourself. I'm going to share each of the things to measure, give you the spiritual quality or the energy that helps you to really lead that kind of measurement, and share a story that you can model. We're going to start with increasing income. So income is where money comes into your life. And for some people, if you're a business owner, you're probably very committed to the understanding of revenues, which is the money that comes in the top line through sales, through products, through services. And then out of that, you subtract expenses, and then you have income or profits, the bottom line. When you want to increase the money that comes to you, you're going to look at several different ways to do that. So one is to increase the top line. How do you expand your revenues? And if you're a business owner or a marketer, you're going to be looking for, how do I increase prices, get more customers, have more streams of revenue coming in? If you're an individual, it might be, how do I ask for a raise or take on another gig or get more leverage out of the current work I'm doing? What I've noticed really helps is to activate the quality of love. And love is the divine idea that we're connected to everything, that we're made in the image and likeness of an infinite loving presence. Love is knowing God. And when we feel that sense of love, we're able to attract and lead and inspire at a bigger level. And that's what helps us to then measure and track the income that comes in. I'll give a specific example. It's really helpful when you're looking at increasing the top line is that you make a very close connection between the actions that you take that really generate revenue and income. So for example, we just had a wonderful CFO camp where a beautiful woman named Sylvia joined the group, and she was feeling overwhelmed. She works in her family business. She also has a multi-level marketing with a beautiful health product that she works with. And she gets overwhelmed by all of the different marketing and Facebook and technology things that are recommended for direct marketers. When we worked together in CFO camp, it became really clear. Sylvia is a heart person. She loves to help people and make connections. So I got her down to, all you do each week is you track the number of conversations you have with people who are potential team members. And then you also make sure you talk to your current team members every week. Well, what do you know? She got 2 more team members to join her team. And she's not churning through people. She's bringing people on who are really a good fit. That simplicity of tracking the conversations with perspectives and then looking at the money generated by her business each week, that was perfect for her. The next thing that you can work with your financial life is decreasing expenses. So decreasing expenses is all around wisdom. Expenses are all of the things that you spend money on, whether it's in your business or in your personal life. And for many people, there's this idea that I'm going to sort of skimp on stuff and that's going to somehow make me wealthy. It doesn't really seem to work. So yes, if you're really inspired by it, you could stop getting a venti latte and just get a tall drip and take the extra money and put it into a savings account. That might be a really inspiring way for you to have greater money to invest. But for most people, it's better to work with big expenses, fixed expenses, and look to really use your wisdom, that's the divine quality, to shift those. That's the kind of stuff that really helps to streamline. Fixed expenses are things like your housing expense or your transportation expense if you own a car, the things that are harder to change and change less frequently. But you know what? When you have a big shift in your fixed expenses, you can make a big difference in your life. I worked with a wonderful couple, Mary and Juliet. They were coming together to form a partnership from two different continents, and one of them had a condo in Long Beach they needed to get rid of. The other had some uh, old debts that they needed to retire. And what they did is, instead of working on little tiny stuff, is they made a decision to come bring their households together, get a really streamlined current living expense, go through the difficult and challenging process of selling that piece of real estate. It was not easy. And then looking to put money right into reducing some of their outstanding obligations. So they got really clear about working on the big stuff. And it turns out that that put them into a more prosperous place to start their partnership. So get wise. What are the big expenses you can make changes on? Let's talk about launching. So launching profitably. Many of you have new programs, new ideas, new products you want to bring forward. What I've noticed as a trend is that sometimes people wait to circulate. Don't do that. The principle of circulation is that all of life is healthy, vital, giving, and receiving. We use the infinity symbol as a metaphor for that. And rather than waiting till your new book or your offering is perfect and then going out to see who wants it, it's really helpful to beta or launch or pilot things and get started with your first your first clients, your 1.0 version session of something, so that you get into the habit early of getting money coming in for the things that you're doing. I see a lot of people with marketing, technology, coaching, going program after program after program, but they don't have a profitability plan. When people join CFO Camp, I want you to know, how will I make back the investment I'm going to make in CFO plus about 50% in somewhere within the 90 to maybe another 180 days, like the 3, 6, maybe 9 months at the most. You can literally just track right through to how you're going to make back the money you'd invest in this program. You gotta be profitable in the things that you do. And then let's talk about your systems. So systems, it seems like sometimes it seems a little, boring or something, but often when people are overwhelmed with money is they don't have healthy, vital, productive, efficient systems. So systems are just a series of steps that accomplish a goal. And for most of you, if you can find ways to increase value or decrease waste in the systems that you're using, it can be very, very helpful to you. So you can think about systems are as simple as how do you do your bill paying? How do you look at sales reports? How do you access money? How do you get your tax obligations taken care of? How do you collect money from clients? And with technology these days, there are inexpensive and easy ways to make your systems that much more effective. And we had a wonderful client recently. She really an artistic type, heart of gold. She's studying to be a minister. She also has her own real estate license, and she also does the bookkeeping for her husband's painting business. And she realized pretty quickly in our CFO camp that in order to do the bookkeeping for the painting business, she had to go into like a scruffy office back behind something to get to the computer where the stuff was. And it was unappealing and difficult and complicated. And so she wasn't doing it, but she was thinking about it a lot. So we just said, let's see if you can log in there virtually. They got that set up so she can sit in her beautiful environment on her laptop, do that business, get it done, and feel like it's part of her artistic financial life. So with your systems, reduce waste, increase value. And finally, getting stuff done, completing projects. So this is such an important part of financial well-being, is to be able to finish the paperwork from your divorce, or get that refi taken care of, or complete, an obligation that you've got. getting projects completed, it creates such a sense of like of freedom and choice and possibility. So with completing projects, I often encourage folks to break things down into very manageable tasks so that every week you're looking for what are the 2 to 3 most leveraged income actions, but also how do I schedule short chunks of time to get projects done. So look at you, you're using qualities like love and wisdom and freedom and choice and strength in order for you to track and prosper.